your support. Head over to any one of our 13 locations today to pick up your order. Oodle Noodle was born and raised right here in the City of Champions, and we are committed to helping out our community during these trying times. To show our support, we will be donating 10% of our in-store takeout and curbside pickup orders to local charities on a weekly basis. That means when you order one of your favorites like Kung Pao or butter chicken, you'll be helping both your hunger and the local community. Oodle Noodle loves Edmonton and the surrounding communities, and we appreciate all your support. Head over to any one of our 13 locations today to pick up your order. Oodle Noodle was born and raised right here in the City of Champions, and we are committed to helping out our community during these trying times. To show our support, we will be donating 10% of our in-store takeout and curbside pickup orders to local charities on a weekly basis. That means when you order one of your favorites like Kung Pao or butter chicken, you'll be helping both your hunger and the local community. Oodle Noodle loves Edmonton and the surrounding communities, and we appreciate all your support. Head over to any one of our 13 locations today to pick up your order. Oodle Noodle was born and raised right here in the City of Champions, and we are committed to helping out our community during these trying times. To show our support, we will be donating 10% of our in-store takeout and curbside pickup orders to local charities on a weekly basis. That means when you order one of your favorites like Kung Pao or butter chicken, you'll be helping both your hunger and the local community. Oodle Noodle loves Edmonton and the surrounding communities, and we appreciate all your support. Head over to any one of our 13 locations today to pick up your order. Oodle Noodle was born and raised right here in the City of Champions, and we are committed to helping out our community during these trying times. To show our support, we will be donating 10% of our in-store takeout and curbside pickup orders to local charities on a weekly basis. That means when you order one of your favorites like Kung Pao or butter chicken, you'll be helping both your hunger and the local community. Oodle Noodle loves Edmonton and the surrounding communities, and we appreciate all your support. Head over to any one of our 13 locations today to pick up your order. Oodle Noodle was born and raised right here in the City of Champions, and we are committed to helping out our community during these trying times. To show our support, we will be donating 10% of our in-store takeout and curbside pickup orders to local charities on a weekly basis. That means when you order one of your favorites like Kung Pao or butter chicken, you'll be helping both your hunger and the local community. Oodle Noodle loves Edmonton and the surrounding communities, and we appreciate all your support. Head over to any one of our 13 locations today to pick up your order. Oodle Noodle was born and raised right here in the City of Champions, and we are committed to helping out our community during these trying times. To show our support, we will be donating 10% of our in-store takeout and curbside pickup orders to local charities on a weekly basis. That means when you order one of your favorites like Kung Pao or butter chicken, you'll be helping.
What's up, everyone? As you can see, Jay is just getting off the phone. If you're on Facebook, you could see I was chirping him in the comments saying, once Jay is off the phone, like he's doing all day long, usually whenever I see him, he's on the phone with someone, then we'll go live. So now, finally, Jay, are you ready to go?
Multitasking.
Is your microphone on? It is on.
It is
good
on.
to go.
It is on. Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside the Nation pregame show, presented as always by our friends at Deuce Vodka. We are so glad you've decided to spend your Monday afternoon with us here at the Nation pregame show as we get set for Game 2 of this 3-game series against the North-leading Toronto Maple Leafs. Jay,
for now.
For now.
For now.
Jay, your reaction to what transpired on Saturday night.
Okay, so. I want the Oilers to win every hockey game.
Yep.
That's what Oilers fans want. We all do. So we have to pull ourselves back and look at a high level down on what's actually going on.
Yes.
We are still on a heater.
Yes, we're still 8-2-0 in the last 10.
We are still on a heater. You can't win every single game. You know, we're gonna have a few lapses, and that's what Saturday was. Saturday was a lapse. You know, that was a game we should have won because Matthews is out of the lineup. You know, the Stars back, Jack Campbell's in net. Like, everything was kind of in place for us to take advantage of that game, but we didn't. It was a snoozer. We didn't show up, and you know what? That's okay because I'm looking at the body of work. we're rolling. We're still rolling.
It's still hot. The team is still hot.
You bounce back tonight, and Saturday's all forgotten. Was I sitting in a lazy boy with a Nation beer on my side, ready to have a hell of a Saturday night? Yes.
Yes.
I was. And I was getting amped up and quickly was losing interest and was getting not as upset as I would normally get, especially because if we were 3-6 and that game happened, I would be throwing things at the television.
Yeah.
So I was glad that we are in the luxury of not being in that position, so I was happy. Did I order a donair to eat my feelings versus drink my feelings that night? Yes, I did.
Really?
I also thought maybe it'd have some rallying properties to it. So I got a rally donair. It showed up right at the start of the third. Was hoping big things. Donair was delicious. The third period was not.
As of right now, Toronto, of course, sitting at 16-4-2. They have 34 points, first in the North Division. Edmonton now 14-9, 28 points. Good enough still for second in the North Division, Jay. If you thought Saturday was a trap game, this Monday night game is arguably even more of a trap game because not only is Austin Matthews once again not playing, we are now getting we're now getting the Leafs' third string goalie and Michael Hutchinson. What do you think about that? Is there a little bit of nerves going into tonight? Are you like,
No, there's a few things. So, the thing to be aware of is Hutchinson is 2-1 on the year.
Yeah,
so
his numbers are okay.
He's been okay. So it's not just going to be an easy game. But where I'm going to take my opinion on tonight's game, it's going to start at the end of last game. Do you remember on the television Connor McDavid standing on the bench,
looking at the celebration,
staring at the celebration? That is those are his Wheaties. He is just gobbling that shit up, and he's like, you guys think you can just come to the barn and celebrate the way you did on my ice? Like, yeah, you won this one.
As soon as they cut to that camera angle, I was like, that's it. It's over on Monday. It's over. You can already chop this up, Leafs fans. If any of you are watching it right now, you can clip this. The Oilers are going to win tonight.
You screwed up. Win with some class so you don't piss off Connor.
Yep.
Connor is pissed off.
Yep.
So, yeah, trap game. Hutchinson's not too bad. Has been playing not too bad. You know what? That's not going to stop an angry Connor. So I am expecting big things from our captain today.
Rob Antonello on Facebook says, it just wasn't our night. Unlucky. Jeremy Lacrosse says, I apologize if I pronounced your last name wrong. I'd much rather take the L to Toronto than the Sens. I agree. I agree. I'd rather lose to Toronto.
I'd rather lose to the Sens because you just don't want to give Leafs fans anything. Leafs, Twitter was so annoying. Leafs were just
they were coming at us on our tweet from last game.
Yeah, so I just don't even want to give them the ammunition.
Brant says rally beers. You're going to need some rally beers tonight if it goes sideways again. Chris Ford says over-under on McPoints tonight, 2.5. We'll save that. We're going to talk about that.
I've got something written down.
We're going to talk about that, so stay to the end. Rebecca says go Oilers go, and that's going to lead us into our first headline, Jay. No panic. Honestly, no panic.
No panic. Just win tonight, and we're just still on that same course.
Yep.
You win 2, lose 1, win 2, lose 1. You're going to have a hell of a season if you do that.
Yep. Clay Tremblay coming in on Facebook says, Jay, spot on. Love that guy. Do you know Clay?
I love Clay. Thank you, Clay.
Okay, let's talk about the Oilers and the Leafs lines. First of all, it's going to be the same top 6 for the Oilers, the top 3 lines. Fourth line, once again, is going to be Haas, Chason, and Russell. The defensive pairings is where we are going to have our prayers answered, and that prayer being Evan Bouchard coming back in the lineup. Tyson Barrie with Darnell Nurse, Adam Larson with Caleb Jones, and that third pairing is going to be Ethan Bear with Evan Bouchard playing the left side, which if you like offense and you want to see Evan Bouchard produce offense, him playing on the left side is actually a good thing.
Ooh, yeah, that's loading the one-timer bomb that Bouchard has. So Gregor posted a little video on his Instagram from practice today. Bear and Bouchard were working on the D-to-D pass one-timer. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. I love Bear. Bouchard, like I said, I'm liking him more and more every day, and I really want to see some Bouchard bombs.
We love Bouchard. The Leafs looks like it's going to be pretty much the same thing. Of course, we already know that Simmons, Matthews, and Anderson are all out, as well as Nick Robertson, but he's been hurt since the beginning of the year. So it looks like the Leafs are pretty much going to draw in the same lineup as last time. Looking at Facebook here, Tegan says if the Oilers win tonight, they deserve some shower cakes. That's an inside joke with an old Old Nate alumni broadcast.
Yes, shower cakes.
Shower cakes. Tyler Cohen says, what are your guys' thoughts on Staylock? Do you want to jump into that now? We're going to talk a little bit about Staylock.
Yeah, why not?
So, obviously the carousel of goaltenders this year with the way that it's happening with COVID and the taxi squad and 1,000 different goalies getting claimed off waivers. The Oilers have now had their hands on Anton Forsberg, and then it was Troy Grosnick, and now it looks like it's going to be Alex Staylock. And if you gave me any of those 3 goalies, if they were just up for pickings, I would have wanted Staylock. He's got proven NHL numbers.
Proven NHL numbers. I think he is a lock to stay. Thank you. I think we need a third goalie. We don't have a third goalie. We needed a third goalie. He was on waivers. His contract is cheap. He signed into next year, so we can use him and make him available for. We hit the expansion requirements, and we can expose him for expansion. And who knows? He might just draw in, and he might just be awesome because he's performed at the NHL level.
Well, do you remember the last time the Edmonton Oilers traded for a goalie from the Minnesota Wild? Or the last time they got a goalie from the Minnesota Wild was?
Do I ever? Rolo-san.
Yes, sir.
Rolo-san.
Rolo-san.
Yeah.
Richard says, you remember when Riddich's career went in the tank after the stick flip? The Oilers took the Flames number on that one.
How can you forget?
How could you forget that?
That was your death touch, Dave. Why would you go and do that?
Now, the Leafs didn't do any variety of a stick flip or anything, but the intent was there.
Oh, yeah,
the heart.
Yeah. You pissed off Connor. Never poke the bear. That is hockey 101. You have poked Connor McDavid, and boy, is he pissed. He's had 48 hours to just salivate and think about this.
Yep.
He is coming in with a game plan.
He's licking, baby.
Oh my God, he's watched every second of that game tape, and he is. I'm sorry, Morgan Riley. I am sorry, Jake Muzzin. I am sorry, other random Leafs defensemen. You're in trouble.
Yes, they're all in trouble. Okay, Jeremy's going to perfectly lead us into our next headline here. Bouchard/Koski. So let's talk about it. Jeremy said, Dad's back, baby. Going to rain down the bombs. I am so happy Evan Bouchard is back in the lineup. Listen, I know that a lot of people hate on Chris Russell. He's in the back 9 of his career. In fact, he's probably on the final hole. But Evan Bouchard should never, ever come out of this lineup.
Yeah, I don't think he did anything to deserve to come out, but tips.
Smarter than me, so I don't know. But we're happy to have Dad back.
Dad's back. Hey, it's always nice when you got balance in the family, and Dad's back.
Dad's back. Michael Parker says, I feel like Bear struggled last game. Thoughts on his performances since coming back from injury? He seemed to. The first couple of games back, especially the first game back, he seemed a little bit off, but that's going to happen, especially when you're coming off a concussion.
Puck to the head, and being all out for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it was. He was out for a long time. So it's probably just him kind of getting back into it. Really looking forward to that duo. Like that, those are 2 young, talented defensemen that are still a little raw.
That's our future.
That is the future. Yeah, in the third pair, it's a safe
Richard
place.
says McD will have a huge chip on his shoulder tonight. Absolutely. Sean Jones says, we waving Koski? No. We're not waving Koski. I wish. If someone would take
no one's going to take him.
If someone would take that contract off the books, I would say
no one's going to take him.
But, okay, Rebecca
And that's
Lewis
not against Costin, it's his contract.
says, go McDavid, go. Ben says, Bouchard shoots as much as Rambo did in his first movie.
That's good. I was thinking of my Deuce player vodka mode. Deuce vodka player mode. Jeez, talk much? I had Rambo in my
I'm
brain.
totally blanking. That's a movie, right?
That's a movie, yeah. John Rambo.
Yes, that's
just
right.
Sitting there with like the long belt of bullets and just raining it down on everyone. This is gonna be the Oilers, and that's gonna be Michael Hutchinson.
Tyler Cohen says, Bear has been bad all year. Travis says, Dad's strength is real, which is in fact true. Tegan says, Bouchard has a shooter's mentality, which you like.
Yeah, of course. He can register 8 shots on goal in a game, which is insane.
That's whack.
Yeah.
As a rookie defenseman.
Whack? No, that's awesome.
No,
whack's a good thing.
Whack means good.
Oh, jeez.
Like, that's whack.
I haven't heard whack said in so long. That's why I was like, whack's a bad thing.
Well, if you say something's whack, it just means it's like wild. It's wild.
It is wild.
Okay, let's jump into our Deuce Vodka mode players. Jay, you already mentioned yours. You got yours ready to go?
Yeah, well,
Let's hear it.
I was actually thinking, I actually want Connor McDavid to go full John Rambo tonight against the Leafs.
Yes, sir.
That's what we need. Revenge. Revenge was given, the revenge ammunition, if you will, the Leafs provided to us at the end of the game. Big mistake. I expect, Connor was held off the score sheet. The whole Oilers were held off the score sheet.
Yep.
But I expect a big game from our captain. So I expect for the Deuce Vodka player mode, Connor McDavid, our captain, to enter John Rambo mode. Also hit him on the overshots prop,
Yep.
over 3.5 shots.
I'm also going to take Connor McDavid, as I usually do. And tonight, I want Connor McDavid to enter Aaron Rodgers MVP season mode.
Ooh.
So this last season, Aaron Rodgers had a chip on his shoulder. Do you know why he had a chip on his shoulder?
Because they drafted QB with their first pick.
They drafted Jordan Love, 26th overall in the first round. And what kind of a message did that send to Aaron Rodgers? You're just about done, MVP.
Yeah.
Our king, the champ. You're just about done. And then what did Aaron Rodgers do? He came out and had statistically one of the best seasons of his career.
Yeah, he won me a fantasy football championship. Actually, 2.
So, Connor McDavid, I want you to enter Aaron Rodgers mode tonight. The comments. Ben, it was good for the Oilers to get spanked last game. We need a little bit of anger to play tonight. A loss is okay. A loss is okay.
Losses fuel wins, and especially when the team is set up like the Oilers are, and I believe on paper they're very good. Losses can be okay. Kind of just maybe they're feeling comfortable.
Yep.
Maybe they're feeling comfortable, and they just had to be woken up a little bit. And once again, poke the bear.
Leslie says revenge is sweet, and then also Leslie says, "What's up with Dry?" I don't know what he was at morning skate. I know there was a lot of people that were like, he might not play. But.
There's a lot of speculation because of how he's been managed, ice time even, and also just taking taking some practices off for some maintenance.
Yeah.
There's something going on. I'm trying to sniff around.
Yeah,
to see
where's
what
your
we can find.
insiders?
Yeah, I'm trying to. My insiders are you. What's going on with Dry?
I am not.
Do you know
your
what's going on with
insider.
Dry? There it is. I've tried. I've worked my angles, but there's obviously something because
checked all your sources.
I've checked all my sources. Chris Pronger. You know anything about Dry? Anyways, there's something going on there because he looks off some nights. You know, like he's
I don't remember who described it as this, but he's lacking explosiveness.
Yeah.
He usually has this level, just this explosiveness when he comes out of I don't know, with the pocket on the forecheck and stuff.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have it.
So is that like a hammy, a groin, a hip flexor? There's something tweaked there, but obviously it's not bad enough to pull him out.
Yeah.
And
Which is good.
Which is good because a Leon Draisaitl operating at 70% is still going to be pretty good. So there's got to be something. There's got to be something there. There's something there.
Yep. Jeremy says the lost and found is going to be packed with defensemen's clothes tonight. I would agree. Jen is agreeing. She says, I hate losing, but they needed to get humbled a little bit. Ben's coming in. Oilers 4-1 tonight. And that'll lead us into our next headline. Fans in the building, Jay. We heard, according to TSN's Tom Gazzola a couple days ago, that potentially OEG has filed an issue and an order of request to the Alberta government to potentially have fans in the building as early as April. In a month from now. Is that a reality? Can you expect that to happen? Probably not. There's a lot of people saying if this does go through, probably looking at more so like the May-ish time to potentially have fans in the building. Jay, how excited does that get you to even have that kind of prospect on the horizon? Because if you think about it, right around this time last year, we were really starting to get concerned.
Yeah.
And this is when the virus was starting to really spike up. So now to think a year later, here we are, and we're so close to potentially having fans in the building again.
Yeah, it
almost seems like
I've got two schools of thought. There's just me, who's just diehard fan, loves going to games. This time last year, we were coming back from Vegas, but we were down in Vegas on a nation vacation. So I'm over the moon excited.
Yep.
But I also want to make sure that OEG isn't going to screw around. AHS is going to screw around. That if they do it, that they put it's safe.
Yep.
And the numbers are safe, and they have proper protocols in place, and then it just kind of makes sense. Like you have to obviously understand the Oilers are going to be pushing for try to get fans. There's already teams in the States that have it, and granted the States operate a little bit differently than we do. So as long as public safety is in mind, like, best believe I'm going to try and get one of those tickets.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got to see those boys with my own eyes.
I don't know exactly what the details were to it, but it sounds like it would be around 2,000 fans. Of course, social distancing. Everyone would be separated. Probably upper and lower bowl both being used. Masks in the building. So obviously, it would be far from a regular game experience, but you're still in the building. You're still seeing the Oilers play live. So it would just be good to be back. Jenna's coming in. She's saying, but who could afford those tickets? And that's another thing, is that it would be so easy for OEG. I don't know what the process would be. I don't know would it be first.
They got to be careful. They have
season seat holders. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, you have 10,000 season seat or 14,000 season seat. Like whatever happens, there's going to be bad looks regardless of how everything's done. But I just don't hope like that supply and demand gets applied to this, where the demand is through the roof, but the supply is limited to just 2,000, so they're just going to jack up the price to make up. Like, that's a bad look. I get they have to run a business and everything, and I have to be empathetic to that because I'm a business owner myself, but there's also just like, this is a interesting and unprecedented time, so also be mindful of your community and your fans. So it's a no-win scenario, but, I'm prepared to... Well, this will be. I normally get season tickets, so I normally get season tickets. So if, spending $200 to get in the game is a lot of money, but normally I would have spent like 10 times that. So who knows?
Tyler says most likely ridiculous pricing. Ben says scalpers would be drooling.
It's the secondary market where it's really going to go.
Because they could easily just be like, obviously, there's been so much lost revenue for not only OEG, but the NHL and just everyone in general. So OEG could look at this as an opportunity to make some of that money back, but like it's really going to be it's going to be such a small percentile. But then at the same time, they could easily just go out and say, okay, every single ticket's going to be $150.
Well,
$150, but then the scalpers.
It's a lottery, and maybe there's a way to make it so you can't do the scalping or limiting the scalping.
You have to have the Visa or the MasterCard that you buy tickets with. Was it Garth Brooks that did that? Yeah.
So maybe they impose that, and if it's like a lottery, you try to make it as fair as you can. But there's going to be pain points regardless, because it's such a tough thing to execute on.
Yeah.
But I will tell you one thing: if Connor gets over 2.5 points tonight, I'll probably be able to afford a ticket.
So you're going to be betting heavy.
Well, it's plus 470. You don't have to bet a lot. The odds are going to pay me.
Let us know in the comments. I guess this is the time that we would start answering your questions. So let us know if you would want to go to one of those games. Nils says, do you think the tickets would be personalized? So that's another way you could get around it. Of course, when you purchase the ticket,
match ID,
whatever credit card is attached to the ticket or whatever, they put the name on the ticket, and then that kind of gets away from the scalping. Tyler Cohen says it's going to be like trying to get a new Xbox or a new PS5. Yeah, it's going to be wild. I couldn't imagine. If they release tickets, imagine the amount of people that are going to be on their computers trying to get on the website.
Yeah.
Landing Carr says, best part of the live games after W's is the crazy crowd. Honestly, I'd rather pack a bar with those fans than have such a small percentage of people, but I get why OEG wants this. And I would 100% agree with that. I think that, going to a game and just being a part of like the atmosphere and what a normal game day would look like, it's just part of it's just like getting to just like be with people. You know what I mean? And maybe
it'll feel like you're like on a vacation, because it's like something you haven't been able to do. It's been taken from you. It's gonna feel surreal. So you probably get a lot of juice, a lot of noise out of those 2,000 to 3,000 people, because they're just gonna be so excited.
Yeah. Leslie says, great opportunity to reward loyalty of longtime season seat holders, first responders, frontline workers. And actually, I should have mentioned that off the top.
Yep.
They did mention that in that, what's the word for it? Like when they're trying to file something, the request.
Yeah, well, one of the things I think they want to honor first responders, like in the first two or three games. And have them in there. Hey, great.
I love it. All right, let's talk money here. If you've been following along.
He's back.
If you've been following along with the Nation pregame show, you would know that I got smoked at the Super Bowl. I lost some money, and I needed to take a little bit of a hiatus from gambling, but I promised myself that March 1st I would be back. So
welcome back.
I am back. I will be placing a wager.
Money March, we're calling it.
Money March, baby. I will be not only placing a wager on tonight's game, I will be making money on tonight's game because that's how confident
Well,
I am.
if you're betting on the Oilers to win, I feel like you have a good chance.
So, for the first time in a while, I can genuinely tell you what I will be placing a wager on. First of all, an absolute lock for me, Oilers money line. I'm not touching regulation, although the past I
Don't
would
get
like
too
that.
greedy.
I'm not getting greedy.
You're easing your way back. It's about accumulating the W's.
I will be placing a wager on the Oilers money line, minus 114, Jay. Although they lost last game, although they're playing against the number 1 team in the North, I would agree the Oilers should be favorites in this game. Just because of the circumstances. They're playing Michael Hutchinson. It's a home game.
Matthews is out.
The Vegas bookmakers, they saw McDavid's face after that last game. They know he's angry.
I'm surprised it's not minus 200.
Honestly, though, I'd probably take that action.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. But let's talk about props. You guys know we love props. Jay, any goals, points, spreads you're looking at for tonight's game?
Well, yeah. I'm going Tyson Berry point.
Okay.
Minus 115.
Okay.
Power play quarterback. Good chance there. We didn't have one power play last game.
No.
That's just another weird situation of Saturday. So you have to only assume we're going to have a power play tonight.
Yep.
And Connor's definitely going to be getting a goal or an assist or multiple goals, multiple assists on the power play. But Barry will be associated with that. Other prop is Mad Connor. Never underestimate Mad Connor. So Mad Connor at over 2.5 points. I'm not saying it's a lock, but it pays plus 470. And you know when he's mad, there's a better chance of him hitting that than not.
Isn't it kind of wild that we'll just we are willingly and opening, I can't talk today, man. And are just we just realistically think that over 2.5 points could hit for him on any given night.
That's so many points.
That's a lot of
It's
any
so
other
many
NHL
points.
player with
it's
the
like
exception.
plus 2,000.
Yeah, but the average NHL player to get over 2.5 points would be that's just throwing money at the wall. Whereas with McDavid, you're that's okay, let's dance.
Well, for Connor not to get a point, it pays plus 300.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's wild that it's so. Anyways,
I take that action. No, I'm just kidding.
As a hedge, maybe. Yeah, sure.
No,
as a hedge.
you can't. No, you can't bet against yourself.
No, I'm not, but I'm just saying it for you. I'm all in.
If you want to fade us, bet McDavid no points. Let us know what what bets you're going to be making.
Yeah,
you can teach us something as well.
Yeah,
obviously.
tell me what you see on there that's jumping out at the page. I'm also going Oilers money line.
Yep.
And then I'm sprinkling a little bit on the puck line because I feel like this is going to be just a statement game. Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah. I not only doing money line, I'm also going to be taking Connor over 3.5 shots at plus 105. I think he's going to be ripping the puck tonight. I haven't decided if I'm going to go McDavid goal yet. I think he's going to be buzzing, but sometimes when he's buzzing, it can just end up being 4 apples. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
So,
but if you're believing that he's going to get 3 points, you got it. Then it's a high percentage that one of them's a goal.
Very high percentage. But on that note, I will be placing a wager on my guy Jesse Puljujarvi to score because it's just one JP to another. I'm just trying to get the good mojo going in March here. It's money making March.
Yeah.
So I just want to get on JP's good side. So McDavid over 3.5 shots. 3.5 shots? Yeah, McDavid over 3.5 shots. Oilers money line. Puljujarvi goal. I'm also going to go McDavid over 2.5 points. Not a big wager, but a healthy
just a couple
one.
bucks because it pays so nice, and sometimes it's nice even if you put a few bucks on a prop and you hit it because you're just I was right. It feels good.
I would rather put a few bucks on a crazy prop than put a few bucks on a crazy parlay, because I feel like with the prop you just have a better chance. You know what I mean?
Single outcome, yeah.
I'd rather put money on a prop. Yeah, what am I saying? A prop that's going to hit rather than a parlay, because I feel like parlays are just ridiculous. I don't know. Big game parlays, 5-game parlays.
Yeah, a lot of risk in those, but a lot of reward.
A lot of reward. Cody's coming in. I have McDavid goal and over 3.5 shots. Cody, I like the way you think. Jay, any final thoughts for tonight's game? Got any comments on Twitter?
Ticket chatter and talking about, not a lot of ticket chatter, but that's okay. We talked about that a while ago. I'm a little late to the party. Thoughts on tonight? Just go out and win, and just prove to us that you are exactly who you think you are, and that Saturday was just, took a little nap. That's okay.
I think we can't discount. I know I don't want to put too much pressure on it. This is an important game for the Edmonton Oilers. This is a very important game.
Well, of course it's important, yeah, because it's the whole psychology of the series with Toronto too. You can't have them ever feel like they've got the edge on us.
Yeah. Well,
so it's an important standings game.
Well, and we're 6 points back right now, and there's a big difference between being 8 points back and being 4 points back. This is
4 points.
This is the biggest 4-point swing we've had yet this season, with the exception of the last game. I know they're all 4-point swings, but this really does. If Toronto wins tonight, the amount of separation there's going to be
it's tougher to come. It's tougher to become one.
It can happen. The Oilers, look at the last heater they went on, 8-2-0 in the last 10, but it's a must. No, I'm not going to say must win.
No, they should win tonight.
They should win tonight.
They should win tonight.
That's going to do it. We're back. It's Money Making March. I'm placing wagers once again. Jay is looking to get back in the hot seat from Saturday night.
Oh, I got worked over Saturday night.
But that's okay because it's a new month. It's a new day.
That's
it's
right.
a new week. We're feeling good.
Feeling great.
As always, thank you all so much for joining us and chiming in with your comments. Enjoy tonight's game. It's an 8 o'clock puck drop. Thursday is the next Oilers game, correct?
Wednesday.
What day is it today?
Wednesday.
It's Monday today. So they play Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Well then, we will see you on Wednesday. As always, the Nation pregame show presented by our friends at Deuce Vodka. Enjoy tonight's game. Bet responsibly. We'll see you Wednesday.